Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be discussing the existential threats that I believe Tesla could face in the coming months due to a prolonged coronavirus situation. Do I believe this is going to happen? Absolutely not. I hope and I'm praying that we do get through this situation as quick as we can. Hopefully by mid-May at the latest, that's when all countries have peaks and we begin to get back to normal. I do think social distancing will extend into late 2020 as an optimistic view, as we obviously want to protect ourselves against a second and third wave, which we've seen with other plagues and diseases, and all we can do is hope. So hopefully you guys are doing well. Make sure to hit the like button, and yeah, let's get into today's video. So we're going to be analysing Tesla, of course, and that's our main position. We're currently negative. We have a negative return on our position. 10% of our portfolio balance is allocated to Tesla at the moment, 0.65 shares, at an average cost basis of $464 per share. So we're currently at a loss. As you can see, 2 of our open positions are in profit and 4 aren't. But this is the point of long-term investing. Do we care? Absolutely not. Why should we care about short-term fluctuations when we're in it for the long term? So I personally believe any price under 500 is a steal for the long term. Many analysts believe this is going to go a lot lower. Maybe it will in the short term due to supply chain issues, not being able to open new factories, gigafactories, lack of demand due to the coronavirus, because most people aren't thinking about buying a car at the moment. But I do think long term we're in a great position. We're down 1% for the month of April, but we're still positive for the year, which is obviously a great thing to see. You can see our 10% position is obviously the only one negative in our portfolio, but we will add to our position. I hope to have between 16.5 to 20% of the portfolio in Tesla. I'm just analysing risk and how I can mitigate risk, because eToro does track your risk with a risk score, and I don't want to spook some people by having an extremely high risk score, so we have to keep that in mind. On to some good news. Giga Berlin construction ahead of schedule. Tesla are building a gigafactory in Germany, obviously Berlin, and they already have the Fremont factory. They have the Shanghai factory. The Fremont factory is actually obviously not in use at the moment because of the coronavirus. Hopefully the US can recover as quick as possible, as well as the rest of the world, and they can get back up and running there. As you can see here, just a little piece produced today on the gigafactory in Berlin. Tesla is going to encounter many issues in the next few months. They still have 8.8 billion cash on hand after a recent raise, which was genius. After the stock price rose, they decided to raise capital, which is obviously great in a low interest environment. But we're going to talk about some of the expectations for Q1. So obviously Q1 2020 just ended. Wall Street expects 91,000 vehicles to be delivered. I think this is very optimistic. I do think we're going to see, my projections are 82,500 delivered, and that's relatively optimistic as well. I think it's going to be a really tough quarter, but Q2 could actually be much worse because coronavirus only set in and factories had to be closed in late of Q1, but Q2 will feel the wrath of the coronavirus. That's an 18% drop from 112,000 deliveries of Q4 last year. So that seems like they're going downhill, which you'd expect even with coronavirus, but it represents a 46% year-over-year revenue increase for the quarter, which is just astounding. So that's why I believe it's too good to be true. I do think we're going to see 82,500 vehicles or less, and that's obviously just my prediction. They also expect $6.19 billion in revenue for the quarter and a negative $478 million free cash flow stream. So they expect it to be a poor quarter all around. Q1 is always tough for the automobile industry, but coronavirus has obviously exacerbated the situation and magnified the issues within many companies, including Ford and General Motors. Do I think it will bankrupt Tesla? Well, if this is prolonged into late 2020, they won't be able to deliver cars and they won't be able to produce cars, and there'll also be no demand for the cars. So they have a lot of issues ahead. I personally don't think it's going to bankrupt them. I'm fully invested. As you can see on the screen, I'm very transparent with what I own, obviously. I show the portfolio in every video, and will do. But we're going to add to our position as it falls below $400, because I think the amount of panic in the market, it will fall below 400. That's just personal. I do think it will. And we'll continue to add to our position and average in at lower rates. Because in the short term, drops in price don't really affect us, because as I said, it's a chance to accumulate more shares at a cheaper price. In 4 to 5 years, do I believe it'll be higher price? Obviously, if I'm investing in it. So as it goes down, that's just going to incentivize me to buy more. So I advise you all to be very careful with the market and your analysis with the market, because the PE ratios don't really matter in an environment where earnings are going to drop significantly. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon for another video.